reframe the 100 days of hell. So the way you think about stuff has power. If you're thinking about things in a positive way, it's going to be easier to get through those things. I've heard the honey times. I've heard problems of abundance are always easier than problems of scarcity. And I'm sort of challenging you to come up with your own positive phrase for the busy season. Okay? And I'm going to sit on this one a little bit. Why? The way you think about stuff has power. That's why. And if you think it's going to be a crisis, it's going to be a crisis. Also, managers will be very stressed if you're stressed and if you're using language that presents as a crisis. I've already talked to a couple of, actually 4 managers. One who's relatively new, who's pretty overwhelmed with just the 100 days of hell as opposed to thinking about it in a different way. And everybody's experience knows that this is a cycle. It just cycles around. Anything that's predictable is plannable. So you can have a plan for this. If you communicate the plan to your managers, it's going to help calm them down. And once you've been through an entire season, and all the trades are seasonal, you sort of know what to expect. If you're not ready for what's going on, then you need to talk to me or Dan or Steve. Steve's really good at doing financial planning to help with the seasonal work cycle. I found myself talking to Heather, and we were thinking about, I went to a 2-day workshop once with this woman who is an expert in ADHD, and she actually has written a number of books. And she chooses to not take any medicine. And when you are in this workshop talking to her, she tells you that. And if you ask a question, she has a flip chart right behind her. She turns around, writes the question on the flip chart, and then periodically she stops talking and looks at the flip chart and says, "Oh, okay, I can answer this question now." And I'm, of course, a pain in the ass. So I said to her, "How do you write books if you have ADHD and you take no medicine?" And she said, "Great question. I hire someone to organize my books. I have lots of ideas. I'm never going to write a book. I can barely figure out how to put them in chapters. And so this guy helps me to shape them into chapters and then organize the chapters." And I'm saying that to you because it's important as owners that you figure out, how do we organize things when we're in the busy season, when we're in the season of prosperity. And for a lot of people, that's beginning early, and for a lot of owners, that's also being what us guys call a safe container for your managers, letting your managers know it's going to be okay. This has happened before. We've gone from not enough work to way too much work. And, it's predictable. We know how to do this. We're all going to get through this. And then delegating to people who are really, really good at being organized and really good at also helping and being a safe container for field employees so they don't get overwhelmed. So the goal of that one is to put strategies in place that work for you and fine-tune them along with the seasons.